Abraham entered the land of Canaan with Sarah, Lot, his servants, and all their flocks. He did not arrive as a king in a palace, but as a traveler following the promise of God. Abraham lived in tents while powerful kings ruled strong cities around him. His life looked humble, but his trust was placed in something greater than walls or wealth. Wherever Abraham traveled, he built altars and prayed to God. Each stone became a witness that he trusted the Lord in every new place. Abraham cared for his flocks, his servants, and his household as they moved through the land. He was a peaceful shepherd, gentle in spirit, and faithful in responsibility. Lot moved closer to the cities of the plain, where powerful rulers watched over rich and crowded lands. From a distance, danger was already beginning to gather. Then war broke out among the kings of the region. The peaceful land around Abraham trembled as armies marched, and the cities of the plain were pulled into conflict. During the chaos, Lot and his household were taken captive. They were led away with the other prisoners, and Abraham's family was suddenly in danger. A survivor escaped and came to Abraham's camp with terrible news. Lot had been captured, and Abraham's peaceful life changed in a single moment. Abraham quickly gathered his trained servants and prepared to rescue Lot. Though he was a shepherd, he acted with courage, loyalty, and steady leadership. Under the cover of night, Abraham and his small group pursued the enemy kings. Across the dark road, they moved quietly beneath the stars. Abraham divided his men and struck the enemy camp in the night. Though his group was small, the kings were thrown into confusion, and God gave Abraham victory. By morning, Lot and the captives were free. Abraham brought them safely back, and fear gave way to relief and grateful tears. News spread across the roads and city gates. People spoke in amazement of Abraham, the shepherd who had defeated kings and rescued the captives. But years passed, and then decades. Abraham and Sarah still had no child, and the promise seemed impossible as they grew very old. Then God repeated the promise. Abraham and Sarah would have a son. Even in their old age, the Lord spoke hope into what seemed impossible. Sarah overheard the promise from inside the tent and laughed softly. She was nearly 90 years old, and the thought of holding a son seemed impossible. Against all logic, Sarah gave birth to a son. Abraham named him Isaac, which means he laughs, because God had turned their waiting into joy. Years later, God tested Abraham. In the early morning silence, Abraham prepared to take Isaac to the mountain, carrying a burden only faith could bear. Abraham and Isaac walked together up the mountain. Isaac asked where the lamb was for the offering, and Abraham answered, God himself will provide. At the final moment, God stopped Abraham. A ram was caught nearby in a thicket, and Abraham learned that the Lord truly provides.